What's up, party people? We are back for yet again your favorite podcast that we sometimes shoot during the day. I'm your boy Nate Galloway,
And I'm Adrian Brandyberg.
and this is another episode of Late Night with Nate and Adrian. You know we can't get started without the bombs. Shout out to the day ones. Like, subscribe on all your podcast platforms. Boogie, we are back. How you feeling? How you doing?
I'm feeling better now. I got a hat on my head.
We gotta talk about
Goodness
this hat.
gracious.
It's funny, y'all. When we were getting prepared, if you follow our social media, I did send out a couple of episode 135 is coming soon. And if you notice in those pictures, Boogie did not have a hat on. Boogie, tell us why you decided to put a hat on.
I wasn't too happy with
Okay.
with the image that I was giving out to the world, to the people. Listen, it's wash day today,
Okay,
and
okay.
I before we started recording, I was like, all right, let me see what I'm working with. And I looked at myself in the mirror. I was like, I'm not wearing this out out in the pot.
This ain't it.
Let me let me put my hair in a nice little top bun. I do top buns all the time. I
Right.
wasn't able to find the hair tie that's black, where the audience, the people, you can't tell whether or not where the hair tie ends or begins. No, I had to find the loudest color, and I put it in my head, and then I saw the picture and that I was tagged with, and I got to be honest, wasn't too proud of of how I was looking, so I had to throw on this young hat. So
Not only the hat though, but you put on the young hoops
yeah,
too.
it's a whole ensemble. When I wear a hat, you can't have, like, I'm so used to having big hair. So when I pull my hair back, you got to have something to complement, the sides. You can't just have a
It's
hat
true.
by itself, because then I'm gonna be looking like, Leroy. Um,
Leroy.
I like to have a nice little differentiator
Is
sometimes.
there such thing as too big of a hoop?
Never that. But
Okay, okay.
I will say, you have to be mindful of wearing hoops and hugging people,
Okay,
because
okay.
that is that's the biggest flub right there. Because I met up with a friend, and she has some beautiful hoops, and I hugged her, and bam, it hit me. Tagged me, caught me right in the face, caught me right in the hair. Those are the things you gotta look out for. But if you're a veteran hoop wearer, you know these things.
At least though you weren't like the women in like the 80s and the 90s with them big door knockers. So you
Right.
might have been taken out though if you would have got hit with one of those.
Hey
So,
man, them
you
John.
know,
I was about to say them Johns, them Jokers. Ugh.
you're in Philly too long. You've been in
Ah,
Philly way too long.
you know what it is when I hear people say it, just be throwing. And I said this before. They just be throwing it out left and right, and I be thinking in my head like, you could do that too. And and
I'm
then
just like
when I
them.
say it, I'd be like, this just don't feel right. It
It's
just
like,
don't feel right.
nah.
I'm so used to saying Joe, because
Yeah.
Joe and Yo, and just regular stuff, Chicago slang,
Chicago slang.
colloquialism. I'm so used to
Ooh,
it.
5 points for colloquialism.
Hey, come on now. I did graduate. Took me 5 years.
Bachelor's degree.
Right. BA. I took my time.
Look, T's get degrees, okay? I was telling one of the homies that the other day. I was like, look, man, look, statistics, it's great. I understand it's not great. That class busts everybody's ass. And he was like, yo, I'm trying to get an A. I want to really do my best. And I was like, look, bro, C's get degrees. There's certain classes where, yeah, you would
Just
like an
get there.
A, but all you need to do is pass. Just pass the class, bro. But
Yeah, it's a couple classes where I was just like, hey, you ain't gonna get no more than what I got right here. This is all I got to give.
I remember we were talking about hoop earrings. I was working at a call center, and I would always mess with one of my supervisors because it would be like, "Yo, we need to get like time off the phone," and I'm like, "What can I say? What can I do to make her laugh or whatever to get her to be like, you know what? I'm feeling generous. Let me give them some time off the phone." So she had these hoop earrings, the red lipstick, and I was like, "Okay, you going on a date tonight? You all jazzy?" And I was like, "You know what they say? The bigger the hoops, the bigger." She was like, "The bigger the what? The bigger the what?" And I was like, "The bigger the smile." I was like, "Come on!" I was like, "Where did you think I was going?"
See, she was being insecure right then and there. You know what I'm saying?
I was like, I wasn't gonna say the bigger the whore or the bigger the any of that stuff. I was just like, the bigger the hoop, the bigger the personality. I was like, that's where I was going because usually, okay, in my experience, the bigger the hoop though, it's some big personalities with these hoop earrings. It's like, oh, you that girl, like you the center of attention. And it's like some hoops, it's like, okay, I see you out here with your hoops because you got to be confident to wear hoops. But I feel like it's levels to it. It's like Michael Jordan. Only certain niggas can pull off that level of hoopage, and I feel like it don't work for everybody. It's like, oh, it's like, okay, what's the dude for the Eagles, the quarterback, Jalen Hurts, or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, solid hoopage there. But if he goes like 2 inches larger or whatever, and you like, yeah, bro, you doing too much. You flexing too much.
But
Zion Williamson,
uh, I
his
feel like
hoops
it's
are
getting
like,
out of
nah.
yeah. I feel like it's getting out of the hand though, because the hoops in the male versions,
Okay, let's talk about it.
once it start getting the dangly crosses and
What? Okay,
yeah,
so
I
you
feel
know what?
like now you starting to get into assholey-ish, real arrogant, you know,
You know what?
versions.
I've always joked about it, but I said I'm going to get a hoop earring. I feel like top tier Nate villainry. Is that a word?
Words are
Villain
made up. Make them draw.
villainry.
Look at that up.
I feel like Nate top tier level villain mode. I gotta get a hoop earring. I gotta get
Ah,
a dangly earring. Also, I've said this. I've said this on numerous occasions. You will know that Nate has officially made it. Nate has leveled up when you see me on the red carpet with a dangly earring and like a double breasted suit with no shirt on underneath.
oh
You know
God.
I'm here. You and the boots. Don't forget, I'm gonna have on a boots with like a heel that's probably like
Oh
this
God.
thick. I'm gonna have on them boots that Coleman Domingo has. Coleman Domingo does not step out on the red carpet
Hey,
without boots on.
I
And I
will
love it for
say,
him.
yeah, your man Coleman, this man, you talking about upper echelon, like stylist,
Top tier.
top top tier for sure.
I
And
got to give
he's
him a hand clap for the
yeah,
style.
he's Afro Latino. This man will tell you. I was like, bro, you ain't gotta let me know. I know, I can
Man,
tell by lay style you got right there. So
every time he shows up, I'm just like, what color is it today? What kind of boots? I'm excited to see what he had. And you know how people just, as AB says, you got that shit on.
yeah,
He's one of them niggas. He just like,
he knows for sure.
and it's like it's got to be like, I know I'm gonna kill him. Let me try to tone it down. There's
No,
no toning it
there's
down.
no toning. There's
There's
no
no.
toning.
It's like if I'm on the red carpet and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna kill him, and I see Coleman Domingo, I'm not killing him. This nigga's killing him. I'm just looking okay. I'm just like, let me step out the way. Y'all can take all the
Yeah,
photos you
especially
want,
if he decides to put on a pointy heel shoe too.
man.
Let them jokers be pointy, boy. If you don't go ahead and get to the back, because he's coming through.
It's
Okay.
like the lemon pepper steppers. And
Yeah.
where was it? Like the Emmys, or when they had that camera and it was like the flowing in front, and they were just
Yeah.
all walking and stunting. I was
Yeah.
like, this nigga is doing it. The
Yeah.
lemon pepper steppers is
Yeah.
it's undefeated,
With a
But
with a with a coat that matches, because
yes, he had the
he's
coat
good
on.
to he is good to make sure the trenches.
And that little dangly thing that they all wear on their little lapel or whatever. I'm
Yeah.
like, what is that?
He knows what he's doing. He
I'm
knows what
like,
he's doing.
whoever your stylist is, I was like, okay, can you make big guy sizes? Because by the time I get on, I'm
Oh, we know
probably
who his stylist is.
still going to be the same
Okay.
size. I'm okay with that. I've been on record by saying, look here, when I get to that level, I want all the gay dudes
You need
style
a
me.
great,
Like,
yeah.
come
I was
on.
about to say,
You
you
gotta
need
have
a,
good gay. You
yeah.
gotta have a quality gay on
You
several
really
quality
do.
gays on your team.
Because
Several
they will
quality.
tell you, girl, that ain't it. Or girl, yes.
First of all, okay, when a gay dude hits you, especially as a dude, when a gay dude hits you with the girl, you doing it, I be perking up. I be like, yeah, this is the best
It just
compliment
feels,
in the
yeah.
world.
It
And you
feels
don't
like you
take
know
it
what
as
you're
like,
doing.
you
Yeah.
don't even take it as like, what? You calling me girl? Like, I'm about to beat your. It's never anything like that because it's like, one, you're secure with
Yep.
yourself, and it's
Yep.
two, it's like,
Yep.
if you get complimented by a gay dude, that's top tier. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm really clean. Like, I
Yeah.
am fresh because
Yeah.
they don't just be handing out
No, they don't.
compliments. It is like you really impress them niggas. It's like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
It's like I'm out here clean.
Agreed.
So it's like every stylist, I'd be like, yeah. I was like, that's gonna be on the qualification. They're
Yeah.
gonna be like, Nate discriminates against the straights in the stylist world. I'm like, it is what it is. You're
Show
not
me
gay.
one that does it better. Show me one that does it better.
I was like, you
Yeah.
just don't have that the style, bro. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, you just don't.
You ain't got
Like,
that twang. You ain't got it.
you ain't got that shit on. That's just the way it is. I
That's
mean,
it.
they're there for a reason, and it's like not only great style tests, but they great homies. They keep
Yeah.
it real. I felt like my gay homies keep it more real than some of the straight homies. Sometimes it's like y'all niggas just lying. Like, like
Cause
cut it out.
they can fish it out. He'd be
It's
like,
like cut it out.
he'd be like, nigga, she don't like you.
Oh man.
That's it.
When it comes to when you want to talk about a gut punch or a double edged sword, they be
Yeah.
like, "Nigga, she's juicing you. Get out of there." You like, but I love her. And it's like I'm gonna stab you a couple of more
Right.
times. You goofy.
I got something for you. Right. How you feeling this week though?
I'm good. I mean, I am well rested. I felt like I told you we were texting, and I felt like I have been the most well rested I've ever been in my life. I'm taking like 2 to 3 naps a day. You know, I
Respect.
feel like when 3 o'clock gets here, it's like, hey, I got to lay it down.
Yeah.
So that's been pretty cool doing that. Outside of that, um, if we're having a moment of transparency, it's just I just kind of been like in a moment of just like blah, it's
Ain't nothing
just
wrong with that.
been like this weird ass weather. It's kind of I feel like I'm kind of at that moment of like what's next for me, like
Okay. Okay.
it's a weird crossroads where it's like, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
You're still chasing dreams, but then there's also other things where it's like you're not just that dream, you're more than just a stand, you're more than just a
Yeah.
stand
Speak
up, you're
on
more
it.
than just a
Mm-hmm.
writer, you're more than just this funny industry. So it's like really just trying to I've sat in my thoughts a lot, some
Mm-hmm.
good, some bad. It's like, well, like let's work on these things. um so it's just a place of just trying to, I guess you say, find yourself.
Yeah.
um which is not a bad thing. I recommend everyone, if you have time, journal, read, do whatever those things are to kind of help you um with that. One of the homies came through, and it was one of those things where it's like, I really don't want any company, but it was cool to have, especially with the distance that he drove. It's like, yeah, I'll always be that place for you to kind of crash when you need to.
For sure.
Because I don't want you to get hurt out there on the road. But seeing the homie, I was like, man, his spirit's kind of picked up, and you have some other conversation with other folks, and it's like, all right, you can always be that moment of clarity for other people, but when it's yourself, you're kind of like
That's always that way.
you just
Yeah.
beating yourself up. So that was cool. Outside of that, that commercial where the food is like whooping the dude's ass or the lady's ass or whatever, like that Tums commercial. I feel like that was me for a majority of the week.
Oh, okay.
Like, I made some bomb ass meatballs. I told you I was trying to,
Yeah.
work on patience and let's get in the kitchen and cook and craft things that you actually have to be meticulous about. So I made some really good meatballs, spaghetti, did it big. Man, that sauce, the Rayos, by the way, not an ad or anything for them, but you got to get top tier sauce. Got to get top tier sauce. Everything was going good. Everything was going good every night until about 3 o'clock in the morning when that sauce was like, aha, aha. And it was like someone was beating my ass. I had to sit up. Literally, I'm like, what is going on? I've never ate so many times in my life. Then my dumb ass decided to get a pizza yesterday, and I was like, "Oh, we're following up the red sauce behind
Wow.
more red sauce." I was like, "We're feeling frisky out here."
God, you're brave.
You're 36 years old, my guy. What are you doing? So my
Can't
body was,
can't do the same thing that you was doing back when you were
man.
26,
I still feel like
16.
I'm making college decisions when I'm in my mid 30s, and I'm regretting them. I am regretting some of these decisions because, of course, when you go get a pizza. So here's the decision to get the pizza. Let me take a step back. I was in the grocery store and I was like, you know what? Let's get a pizza. Let's go get a take and bake or something. And I was like, $8 for a take and bake. I was like, what is going on? I was like,
I don't know what
why?
that is. So,
You know those pizzas that they make in the grocery store, like the that they make, and you just take
oh,
them.
that they make.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
got
yeah.
you.
So I'm like, why is it $8 to $9 for a small take? It's not even a large. I'm
It's
like,
a
what are we
personal little
doing
pizza.
here?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, I'm not doing this. So my dumb ass was like, you know what? I can go to Little Caesars and I can get a hot and ready
Ugh.
for way cheaper, and it will taste. It'll be hot and ready. I don't even have to cook it. I'm like, let's do it. And of course, when you go there, you're like, let me get the Parmesan cheese and the fake garlic butter all on the crust. That garlic butter was like, oh, you're going to regret this. It felt like someone was wringing out a towel, but the towel was like my esophagus. It was just like, we're going to just twist and keep twisting. And I was like, Elizabeth, this is what Fred meant when he was like, I'm coming to join you. Because I was like, oh, this heartburn. I was like, I can't do this. I cannot do this. And I was like, you know what, bro? Get your life together. So I'm really working on not eating
Hey, you
the
can't.
red sauces like that.
Yeah, you can't be doing young stomach, young tummies, young intestine things anymore. Like your body
I hate
is
it,
a little
Boogie.
different. You gotta get that mindset. Even though your mind might be young and teenagerish, because I still feel like a a child.
Yeah,
I
you got that
know.
heart.
Yeah, I know.
Forever
Right. You know
young.
what I'm saying? That body though, that body though,
Man, these
the
are
internal clock saying, "Hey, oh,
it's a 36-year-old esophagus here.
you
It's like
you can't
my
be,
guy.
yeah." I don't know what you expect. This machine here that we call your body don't work like it used to 20 years ago. So you gotta start adjusting. That adjustment needs to happen in order for you to continue being that young, free, and wild person. You
It
just
also
gotta
just
make those adjustments. That's
it
all.
also just hit me. I also had went to the Mexican spot as well,
I feel
and I
like
was
you. I
like,
feel like you did this to yourself. Like this,
oh, I did. This was
these
self
choices.
sabotage.
Yeah,
This
I
was
was about to say.
so
All
self
right,
sabotage. And the
all right.
tacos were good. The quesadilla, mwah, chef's kiss. No problem with that. Here's where it got me, little boogie, because it came with chips and salsa, and I was like, make the salsa spicy. And this person was like, oh, okay, you want it spicy. Devil's asshole it is. And it was good. It was so good, Boogie. I was sweating. Like I'm
I bet
bald.
you were
So
sweating.
you can literally see on bald people's heads like the beads of sweat when they eat something hot. And it was just like, oh yeah, this is good. And
So
it's
you can
like
see the wrong decisions on top of your head.
literally.
That's
And
what
it's like your nose is running, and it's like, should it be this high? Like, should you be enjoying this? And I paid for it. Believe me when I tell you, I paid for it. The heartburn, and also on the back end, if you get what I'm saying, it was just like, oh, this does not feel good at all. So my body is like, do better, bro. Do better.
all right. Well,
And it's crazy though, Boogie, because I love spaghetti. I love chicken parm. Why is it that the best foods come in red sauces? Why is that? If I had to choose, okay, if you had to choose, Boogie, spaghetti and meatballs or spaghetti and meat sauce, spaghetti bolognese, whatever, red sauce or Alfredo, white sauce pasta, which one are you going with?
I was never a huge white sauce pasta
That's what I'm
person.
talking about. That's what I'm saying. And for the sake of being older and the esophagus, I feel like people are being forced to move to white pasta dishes. I
Go to
just,
pesto. Go to green dishes.
you know what? I do love a good pesto. I do, especially when you make a homemade, which is very easy to do. I don't know if people looked into it, but I have made a couple of homemade pestos.
It's not that difficult.
Wunderbar. Um, I'm surprised. I'm surprised you didn't ask me what the said background was. I'm quite shocked.
It looks like
Let's see if you get it. Let's see if
home.
you
It
get it.
looks like home movies to me.
Home movies.
Yeah,
Do tell.
yeah, it was an animation called Home Movies. Back in the day, I want to say it's on Max now,
Okay. I'm gonna have to
HBO.
look into it. You know what? For those
Yeah,
of you who are listening, we've been going through the series of what background is Nate gonna show up with today? What do rag does Nate have on today? Um, this background, excuse me. This is from Monster Piece Theater. This is a shout out to Cookie Monster. For those of you who are on Sesame Street, he would go through a la Masterpiece Theater esque. So this is what this
Oh, okay.
background was. I was like, you know what? Something different. I was feeling more like a nigga piece theater, since I do have the do rag on, it is the second day of Women's History Month. So I was like, you know
Yeah.
what? Pink for the ladies, but also, I wish I would have had this pink do rag when Cameron was at the height of his career. I had a tall pink tee, but I didn't have the do rag to go with it. This would have been perfect. I wish I had that tall tee right now, but.
Boy, oh boy, I remember those tall tees. I was tall teeing it up, boy.
I just want to know who, first of all, who was the first person to do that? Was it just like, did someone just go and just stretch it over a chair and was like, this is perfect? Was it like NBA players and like short dudes was like, you know what? I could flex. Let me get that tall tee. Cause I never knew where you could buy them at. Then all of a sudden they was everywhere in Foot Locker. So it was
Yeah.
like, who started this?
I think who started it was, I think it was a young kid who couldn't find his regular t-shirt, grabbed
Okay.
his mom's moo
Okay.
and
Okay.
went to school and they was like, "Hey my man,
That's
what's up with this
fresh.
what's up with this extended shirt that you got on?"
It's a
you
tall
know,
tee.
right. What do you mean? You got one? And rocked out from there.
It was like I could see the people in the factory making these. It was like, you got to work overtime. Why? Because we got to get these tall tees pushed out to
Yeah,
the
they was
hoods.
like, so, but this doesn't make any sense. The waist stops here. No, make it longer.
That was just a weird era where everything was like 8 sizes too big. It
My
was
God.
just like all that fabric. It was
Yeah,
I felt like they were charging us extra solely for the fabric. It
that's
wasn't
it.
because it was like, yo, there's no way some of these outfits should have been like $100. It was like, my guy, this could have been like $60 out the door. Like, what are we doing here?
And as soon as you got a little scuff or dirt on it, I just remember going through my tees and being like, can't wear that,
Yep.
can't wear that, can't
Yep.
wear that. I tried to wash this, it didn't look right. I just got warned white tees that I use for my nightgowns
It
eventually.
was a one and done.
Yeah.
That's what it was, because you got the 5 for 20. So it was like,
Yep.
I gotta get 2 white ones,
Yep.
so one I can
Different
wear just
colors. Gotta
fresh.
get my different
Then
colors.
you had the black one, the pink one, and the blue one. It was like, all
Yep.
right, let me get the matching laces.
Yeah.
And it was just like,
Oh God. Who were we back
man.
then? My goodness. Boy, oh boy.
I'm glad that the internet. This is why I laugh when people do like those the teenagers, the seniors are doing like dress
Yeah.
like the
Yeah,
millennials. I laugh and cringe
yeah,
because I'm like, yeah, y'all nailed it. That Soldier Boy era, like
yeah.
y'all,
They had us out here
we
looking
were
cooked.
goofy.
Yeah, we were looking cooked.
And it's funny though when you go back and you look and you're like, okay, people from 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and you go through generations, it's like, who had it worse? Because you look at some of them niggas from the 70s, and it's like, nigga, y'all was tying knots in y'all shirts. Y'all had on
First of all,
tank
they
tops.
looking. First of all, no, it was some. It was some players. People back then was looking old as hell, and I was like,
Oh yeah, they all were.
look at this old ass nigga. This nigga's 19. What?
Yeah.
Oh
They
my
all
god.
had cul-de-sacs like on their
Yeah,
heads. They had like the thick ass whispers mustache. It was one of
yeah,
those things where it's like you should probably have like two mortgages
yeah.
and like four kids, and it's like you said, it's like nah, I'm 18, and it's you know what I feel like. I feel like we were supposed to look like that, but the genetics. I mean, where's my kufi at? The genetics
All
and the
right,
bioengineering.
all right.
It kind of stunted some growth or either made people's hair. I don't know. It's interesting to see though. But if we go back, even the kids now with the stuff that they're wearing, I was like, dare I say, I don't think our generation was the worst dressers. I think there was several misses, but I don't think when we go back and look at the test of time of fashions, I don't think we were the worst or we will be the worst.
I mean, essentially, you got to miss in order to find your W.
This is true.
So
But I feel like there's way more misses for the youth now than
that's fair.
than what we had. Cause it's like
That's
I
fair.
get it. Baggy jeans shouldn't have did it, but tis what it is. Boogie, you know what? I try not to be angry, but sometimes stuff grinds my gears.
You know what really grinds my gears?
And you know what grinds my gears? This weather. Mother Nature has decided that I'm going to take the Midwest through every goddamn season in a matter of 48 hours.
Hmm.
It was literally, oh, it seems like a nice, brisk spring day. Then it was like 80 degrees outside. It was niggas grilling. Niggas was at the park. Niggas was playing basketball. People were just having a jolly good time. Folks were walking their dogs. It was just like, no coat over here. Wearing my shorts. I might even go cut the grass. And then it went to it's snowing, tornado warning, rain. Literally, it was just like it snowed for all of an hour. Then it was a thunderstorm for hours. Then it was a tornado warning. And it was just like, what is going on? Now it's cold again. I just want to know, and I get it's the Midwest. It's still winter. You should be used to it. You're never used to a cycle of weather patterns like that within 48 hours. Yes, we know it's going to be cold during this time. We get all that, but not like this. Mother Nature, what are you doing to us? Cut it out.
Yeah, I don't like when people say that. Yeah, you might be quote unquote used to getting ass whippings, but when the ass whipping when the ass whipping approaches you, you don't you you don't get used to it. You are surprised. You are surprised.
Why did you hit me?
Right.
Like,
The
I
hell?
mean, it's just
Yeah.
it's cold is cold, okay? I'm sorry. Like that's not normal to be like, oh, it's 80 degrees, and then you go out the next day and it's like, I need a jacket. Like, stop it, cut it out. That's not normal no matter where you live.
Yeah.
I just wanna these are those things where the tin hat people are like, it's the weather machine, it's the government. And I'm like, no, it's just the Midwest
But
during
yeah, during
during this time of the
these
year,
these time of
you
years.
know.
But I'm gonna just say this: I would rather take these uh questionable as weathers climates than tornado. I mean, than
Oh
what is
yeah.
it called?
Floods.
Earthquakes and
Oh yeah.
floods. Pass. I'd take that all day. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, because you can always put a coat on.
Hurricanes. Yeah, because tornadoes are just fake hurricanes, and it's not even
Literally.
it's not even real hurricane. It's not even real tornadoes. They're like spun in the air and they might touch the ground. If they do touch the ground, they tired of it already.
Do
They
you
already
think?
tired. So
Do you think that at like the weather conventions that like tsunamis are like you weak to like the tornadoes and like hurricanes? Do you think like they make fun of like tornadoes or even like hailstorms? Like you just spinning around.
I know one
You get
thing:
tired.
natural disasters are definitely having a competition these past years because I feel like the
Watch this.
outskirts, right? The outskirts of continents and countries out here, they are getting hit left and right. While we out here crying about the weather got cold to hide real fast. It dropped.
The gale force winds are out here like I'm gonna show you something.
Right.
I just that was a high ass thought. It's like, I wonder like if I was a tsunami, I would talk big shit to hurricanes. But you can't do this. It's just, but yeah, it's one of those things where it's like we as humans, because even the animals don't mess with us like that anymore. Whales is taking people out. It's monkeys with knives out here. Even so, I feel like the earth animals, they're trying to tell us like we are the problem. They just be like, you know what? Mother Nature was like, y'all not gonna get y'all shit together. I'm gonna cook y'all. Global warming. I feel like that's what it is. Let me turn this oven up and see if y'all gonna get y'all shit together. And we are steady over here just like, we don't care. But you know, I won't be here. So I'm really not that worried about it. It's
That's it.
you know, in like 100 years, they're gonna look at this podcast, be like, Nate called it. Nate and Adrian called it. He was sitting there with the Monster Piece Theater background, and he was like, "We don't care." Anyways, let's get to paying these bills. We'll be right back.
Oh, I thought we were doing tip.
Oh, you're right. My bad. Sometimes, you know, I be forgetting. I be forgetting. This is why you gotta have a
We
dope
got a tip
co-host
first. We got a
here
tip
with
first
you
before we pay some
before we pay
bills.
the bills. Let's get to the tipping of the hat
I'm tipping my hat.
and or the do rag. Who you got, Bugs?
My tip in the hat is going out to Mr. Don Lemon. Okay, Don Lemon. He
Big Don.
yeah, he got apparently, from what I've read, it's been an undisclosed amount number, but the people are saying that he signed a $24.5 million deal to split from CNN after he was fired from the network.
Not mad at
So
that. Not mad at that at
get
all.
that bag, Don. I know you're trying to do something by yourself. Hopefully, I think he's working with
It's X.
Twitter or X or
Yeah.
whatever have you, but that's a different discussion. But getting fired from your job to sign a deal,
Hey, man.
$24.5 million, severance package sounds pretty good to me. So
This is one of those things where I always wonder what their asking offer was. 'Cause this is what you settled on.
right,
So how high did you start? Because
$50 million,
24.5 is that's nice. That's not a small
outrageous.
number
Yeah,
to walk away with. So where did you start? It was like $200 million, and they was like, no.
no,
So where was the negotiations at? But he stands to make way more money with X
yeah,
than he does working for CNN. Be able to say what you want to say. You can call out Nikki Haley and others, and not
yep,
feel that vitriol like you did when you were at CNN. So kudos to you, Don.
yep.
Run it up. Don gonna be on there with a chain on X. Like, you
Real
see what
quick.
CNN bought me?
That's it. Who you got for your tipper?
I'm tipping my hat to none other than Cam Newton's hat. I'm sure you guys saw what happened over the last couple of days. There was a little brouhaha. Not talking about that. We gotta focus in on the hat itself,
Right.
because the hat, as you say, stood on business. hat did not move an inch. And it makes me wonder, it's like, what are these hats made of? So I had to go to Cam's his website, Masika Hats, and I gotta say, top notch hats. I need to get a couple of them. You know, Ball Brothers and brims. I think that might be my style. And I want a hat that's tried and true and tested, and I know it's not going to blow off in the wind, or dare I say, if there's a little kerfuffle,
right?
You know, I want to make sure that, you know, my hat stays in place. So shout out to Masika Hats. If I'm Cam, no, for real, you got to put that on the bio now. You got to put, these hats will withstand anything.
It has been tested.
Gale force winds, and it will withstand 4 niggas trying to run up on you. Like you got to somehow fit that into the marketing. Not that I think he's having any issue with sales, but I think that'll just make it skyrocket like that much more. So tip the hat to Don Lemon and to Cam's Hat for standing. Both of them were standing on business. So tip to both of them. Now let's pay some bills and we'll be right back.
Let's get it.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm just over here polishing up my black watch. A lot of y'all know I'm an avid collector of watches. I got at least 9 of them things in my collection, and the one that I get the most compliments on has got to be my black watch. I got to tell y'all, black watches, they have really put a lot of time and detail into their product. I gotta tell you, from the watch face all the way down to the band made of genuine leather. I know it's genuine, but I like saying genuine. They really have outdone themselves. So fellas, ladies, if you're looking to upgrade your watch style, definitely check out the good folks over there at Black Watches. They black owned. You know you want to support a black owned watch company. And because, you know, they rocking with the podcast, they, you know, hooked you guys up with a promo code. That's right, a promo code. They'll give you 20% off of your order when you head over to blackwatches.com. That's right, blackwatches.com, BLAK watches.com, and make sure you use that promo code Late Night WNA. Come on, support the Black Watches. Now back to the podcast. All right, the music is not working, but it's okay. First up for, there it goes. All right, first up for news you can or can't use. In a sad moment here, Councilman Eric Mays passed away. This one, it hit me kind of hard because I grew up like 30 minutes away from Flint, so I am well versed in Mr. Mays and the great things that he's done and what he's trying to do for the people of Flint. It's not often that you see people who fight for their community like he did, and in such a way that not only took his community by storm, but it also took, I want to say, all of America by storm, because it was the world, Craig, because it was such a different way of getting it done. Because normally you don't see councilmen acting the way that he did. So it was just crazy to see, and at such a young age, 65. That is very young.
Wow.
For folks to be going to the upper room, but I know he will be welcome to the ancestral plan. Like, good job, brother, because you did a good job, because you kept your feet on those folks' necks. But instead of doing a moment of silence, we thought we would show some of Councilman Mays's best moments.
Experts and don't know the basic rules. This is crazy. And we spend so much time on basic rules. Just basic.
Are you okay?
Are you okay, Miss Worthen? Are you okay?
That, but
Miss Worthen, are you okay? Why are you asking me am I okay if you okay?
I mean, you're just sitting in your chair.
And you be eating food like we at McDonald's. You be eating food like we at the smorgasbord. Don't complain, there's nothing you do about it. That's every week, every day. You can't stop them from complaining.
This is like my favorite right here.
Shit, that's every
Mr.
day.
President,
Councilwoman.
Now he's cursing, and he said, "Yeah," and we can record the record. Yeah, and so I want this to be removed. You didn't say damn.
I say whatever I said, Miss Galloway. I ain't studying you.
Not Galloway.
You need to go on with yourself. You is an artist of author confusion. You like the devil.
Mr. Mays is violating the Disorderly Persons Act.
I
It
mean,
needs
she
to
like
be
the devil.
removed.
I ain't studying her BS bull. You want me to say it? I'll say it again.
No.
So are
you guys acting professional? Are you acting professional?
Who was cussing? Y'all all of a sudden professional now?
Yeah, are you acting
professional? Who was
cussing?
Let's get this meeting back in order.
Get it back in
We'll
order.
take a 5-minute recess. Well, then y'all better focus. Because who cut? I want order. Y'all want to talk business or some other shit? I'm just getting tired of it. Is this a joke? Who was cussing? I just cussed. But who was you getting up talking about cussing? What's going on down there?
Because I said this is bullshit.
It is. And so now y'all having cross conversation, and it just ain't been respectful. Did y'all plan this before y'all got here, the 5 of y'all? Had y'all had conversation previously? Which is swear to it or no, because this is ridiculous. You might would, because you honest and fair. But you want to criticize me.
I'm not criticizing
Ebenezer.
you.
Man, I ain't studying that. I'm going to continue to call you Ebenezer because you act like you holier than thou. And you're talking about me. I'm Shiloh.
You said you wouldn't.
It's way out of hand. Miss Galloway, you're with it.
No,
now, this is where we at. Damn. It's a bunch of bull. Yeah, it is. And I want the whole city to know it. And I'm going to point fingers. Monica Galloway, August, Russet. And she the main one. He's doing points of orders. He's doing points of information. Mr. President, I want to hear from you.
Point of order.
Point of order.
Yeah. What is your point of order? Yes.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
He did a point of information.
He answered the question.
As you can see, Eric Mays
let us know.
is not one to be played with. He was not one to be played with. Where's my Kofi at? Conspiracy brother. I feel like the people took Mr. Mays out. Okay? That's all I'm gonna say. All I'm gonna say is the people took out the great Eric Mays because they was tired of the bullshit. We need more.
The bullshit.
We need, I've never seen somebody cuss and then end up bleeping out the expletive like that.
Yeah.
The bullshit. It's just like, okay. Bull pucky. But it's definitely a very, very sad moment. So rest in power, brother. Topic number 1, though. This one is straight out of nerdom. And this one, you could just look at his wife's face, and she's just like, you know what, I'm looking for an annulment. Like, what's the quickest annulment that I can get? There was a software developer. He wore his Apple Vision Pro to his wedding. It's quite crazy. They actually showed him at the reception with this on. He was dancing with his wife, taking photos, having a good time with everyone. And I'm just like, bro, connect. You got to stay in reality. You know what this is? Okay, here's what it is, Boogie. Here's what this is. He enjoys who he married in the goggles, but not who he married in reality. I feel like that's what it is. I feel like his virtual reality wife is way hotter. So he's like, you know what? I'm never taking these things off ever. Never take these things off.
It's definitely given the one episode of Black Mirror that I watched.
Just the only one. You didn't go back.
No, I only watched one. It's with Anthony Mackie.
Yeah, that one will do it. That'll make sure you don't ever go back and watch it.
I was like, yeah, all right, I get the gist. I'm done. But yeah, it's definitely given that episode. So, hey, we're at the times. These are the times. these are the times where, guess what? It has become a reality where people are more consumed and assumed with virtual reality, VR. So,
do you think he wore that during the honeymoon? Do you think that this was?
I mean, if he wants to continue if he wants to be consistent, yeah, I think he did.
I mean, for shits and giggles, you got to go through with it, bro. When
full blown,
you got to carry her through the threshold with those on. You have to consummate your marriage with those on. You got to live your. If you are going at this point with it, you just got to go. Okay, I'm having kids. I got this on. Your kids will never ever see your real eyes. You got to die with those things on. Like, this is just you, bro.
Gotta go full throttle.
The Apple Visions Pro guy for life. Are we, judging by her face, are we going to set a time frame of, if you had a crystal ball, if you were to say she was going to get a divorce, what's the time frame?
3 months.
3 months? Ooh.
I'm gonna say 3 months just because she knew he was a developer.
Okay.
And she was okay with that. But she didn't realize how intense it was gonna be.
I just thought you were like medium level nerd, but you are a penthouse level. You said 3 months. I'm gonna say a full year. Reason being, depending on what state they're in, she's playing the long game. He's a software developer. If I stick it out for a year, get a little skin in the game, maybe I'll get broke. I'll leave with a nice little chunk of change. I'm always thinking like, what's the end game for you?
Sure.
But I agree with you. We're both on the same page. A divorce will be coming because it's
coming. It's imminent.
If you're gonna do this, you might as well just marry someone that's like, this doesn't even live in the same house as you. You might as well just marry the other person on the other side of the world, and y'all just have y'all virtual marriage type of thing or whatever. Because I feel like we're probably gonna get to that point. We're gonna get to the point where people don't even want to be in the same house as their lovers, because you don't even have to have sex with people, because there's gonna be a machine or something that's gonna be like, yo, put your meat in here, attach this to your body, and as y'all gonna be able to have some weird cyber connection. I feel like they're doing this because it's just like, that's what we're going to eventually get to. And what's going to happen is there's going to be regular people. There's going to be people who haven't jumped into virtual full-fledged, and the people who are not fully jumped in, they're going to be made fun of. It's going to be like when people first had iPhones.
You're still doing IRL? Oh,
exactly. You're still on
Facebook? You're still doing real life?
You know when it was like when people stopped using Blackberries and everyone had an iPhone, and it was like, you still have a Blackberry? That's how it's going to be. You still have a real relationship? Like, you guys are weird. Get into this virtual reality coochie. It's going to be some shit like that. And you know what's going to be even funnier, though? People still aren't going to be happy. They still aren't going to be able to find
They're going to find a way. They're going to find a way. I'm sorry. It's RM for me. Real meat. We need real meat around here. Okay?
You said no impossible meat over here.
I mean, only impossible meat I'm eating is from Impossible Burgers. That's it.
It's just...
Yeah.
My bad. Go ahead.
Also,
yeah,
I'm not gonna be eating. Just clear that up. Because I said it out loud. And I was like, "Yeah, no, thank you."
Won't be eating it. Serve it up another way.
Gobble. No.
It's just glizzy goblet. It's just one of those things where I don't like where we're going. But unfortunately, we're too far in, and people is what people
it's
want.
It's over, my guy.
And it's just
that's over with. Sorry, you don't like where we're going. They are shipping real sex bots to people as we speak. Okay, no, thank you. Stop it.
True. They probably on back order. So
yeah, we've passed going too far. The forest Yeah, we're here.
Good luck, bro. Good luck, man. We're gonna parking lot this. We'll revisit this in like 3 months and or a year, and let's see where they're at.
Ready Player One. Okay,
that's virtual babies.
Yeah, that's what's happening right now. So
let's get to the second ad. We'll be right back.
Hey y'all, we're going to take a quick pause from this episode to tell you about our next sponsor, Rose Vogue Styling. Let Rose Vogue Styling help you change the way you see yourself. Their mission is to empower you to build your confidence and look fly while doing it. They offer personal styling, shopping, and closet auditing. They need to come to my closet because it's a hot ass mess, okay? They also have an online boutique store full of pieces that will give your outfit life and have you looking right. Pieces like earrings, that's what I have on now, right here, necklaces, purses, rings, just to name a few, okay? Right now, our subscribers, our listeners, our watchers, you can get 20% off when you use the code LATE NIGHT, okay? LATENITE. Go on over to their IG. It's Rose Vogue Styling, at Rose Vogue Styling. Easy. Everybody knows that, okay? Let Rose Vogue Styling style you for your next event, or simply just help you enhance the pieces that you already have in your closet. Wow. Style is a choice. Upgrade yours with Rose Vogue Styling. Again, you can get 20% off if you use our code LATE NIGHT, okay? LATENITE. Support a Black business, okay? Support us. When you support them, you're supporting us, okay? Now let's get back to the show.
Topic number 2 was, it's funny, but at the same time, a lot of people said it wasn't funny. Because it brought up the debate of, should you talk about children when they are going out for talent shows, or when they are singing national anthems or anything. A lot of people were like, you shouldn't talk about children, but there were a lot of people who were like, you know what, let's be honest with the youth, be honest with the babies. Boogie, let's roll the beautiful bean footage and let's see what you think about, should we be honest?
Send bright stars round the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watch, for so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in
Wow. I can't. I'm gonna take my headphones off in a second.
War still there.
Wow.
Did it?
That's our spangled for the land of the free.
Oh, baby.
And the home
Now, why they do that camera angle like that? Like, switch it up for
That was Kinsley Murray. She's 8 years old, and she was singing at the Indiana Pacers game. So Boogie goes back to my question. Should we keep it honest with children when they might not sound that well, or they might not be as talented? Or should we go on, baby? You doing a good job. What says you?
I mean, I think you got to have a balance.
Okay.
Those type of voices that, for instance, like hers, she can sing in closed, smaller venues.
So the shower?
Yeah, the shower, the closet, in front of her parents. But I also think we got to start blaming these production people that sees these videos, because they got to see them first before they green light them and say, yeah, we can use her. Because I also think they are doing this to incite a reaction. So yes,
Make people mad. Okay.
Because first of all, why did baby girl got the whole flag in different variations on? So that's already an L.
It is right Indiana. So
yes, it is Indiana, but you gotta know when to tap out. And this is not the one right there. And baby girl was trying her damnness because she knew it was too quiet in there for her. For it to be going well for her. She knew. She could tell.
I think this was when I first saw this. I didn't know it was a Pacers game. I was like, where in Alabama or Mississippi is this? I was like, this is Little Miss Magnolia reincarnated here. I was like, what is going on here? This is nothing more. See, okay. I don't necessarily blame the production company because I feel like their hands were tied. This was my dad owns the stadium. My dad owns the team.
Why not?
My dad owns the production. My dad owns something.
Yeah.
This is what this was. This was a call where my mom is on the mom's board or something. Yeah. This was a call that was put in by someone up top, and it was like, we don't care. I'm not losing my job. Yeah. So it's like, just put her out there. I think Fergie would be proud. I think she watched Fergie when Fergie did, because remember when she was the land, like Fergie definitely. So this is Fergie might have a run for her money. She might be like, yo, Fergie, I'm
definitely
taking
Fergie
over.
did. Yeah, she definitely Fergie did.
A little bit of Johnny Gill that was in there because she had a couple runs in there where I was just like, you know what, this ain't it. And I feel like there's so many people that was like, but she's 8 years old. What's that mean? There's 8-year-olds that have competed on American Idol. There's 8-year-olds that have record deals. So we can't be okay with just being mediocre. Like there was a time Lauryn Hill was booed when she was like, what, 13 on Star Search? The Apollo. Like there were kids that were literally, they didn't win on Star Search on TV.
What I hear you saying is that's the next T Swift. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, pretty much. Lil Kinsley is about to be running. She's gonna have a Taylor Swift type of run. You know, she's gonna take over the music industry in like 5 or 10 years. So be prepared.
Just use that. Use it as motivation when you get older. That's all it is. Use it as motivation. You know, once you become a teenager and you see your parents have this video saved, definitely give them a nice little talking to why you do this to me. And then,
because they know.
They definitely do. And if this is really what you want to do, then after this, you should be in them singing classes.
Like, when your kids suck, okay? And of course, you're not going to be like, you suck. But there are things that you can. It's just like, okay, look, you're not the best on the team, okay? Your vocal cords aren't necessarily strong yet.
Right. But that's all I'm saying. Use it as motivation. Yeah. You're not supposed to be the best at it initially at everything now. Come on.
But also, I'm still at that point where it's like, I don't want you to take an L like this, because this will live forever on the internet. This internet lore. Now you are Fergie Jr. And it's just like, you got everybody in the comments saying, "Oh, what call was made for her? To get here to do this." There's a bunch of little kids who can sing way better than her, and we all know this is very true. This is you got to be honest with your kids. You got to be okay. Look, you know what? Maybe singing isn't for you, and that's okay. It's not for everyone, but maybe you might be a great doctor. You might be a great tennis player. You might be a great artist. Let's just not put all our eggs in this singing basket. Let's see what other talents you might have. Maybe you're good at dance. You might be a good ballet ballet dancer or something, ballerina. Let's just see what other options you have, because that wasn't it. But she tried though. She did try. She did try. Anyways, Boogie. I feel like that could have been a y'all niggas is tripping, but let's get to it. Let's see who you got this week.
Y'all niggas tripping.
My y'all niggas is tripping is going out to a woman that a mom actually. A mom, she lost her $800,000 disability case after photos of her winning a tree throwing competition has surfaced. This is very interesting. A woman in Ireland had her disability case thrown out by a judge after a resurfaced photo of her competing in a tree throwing contest emerged. Camila, I hope I'm saying your name right. Camila Graska, 36 years old, was left with a disabling condition after an accident in 2017. She was involved in a car accident where someone hit her vehicle from the rear. She went on to sue her insurance RSA and claimed that she could not work for over 5 years, carry her young children, or do basic chores after the house, around the house, due to back and neck pain. Well, after that accident, Graspa ended up quitting her job and receiving those disability payments. She argued that her previous and future lost income added to over $500,000. However, that Irish court found this picture and ultimately contributed to throwing her case out, because this picture was her hurling the tree in 2018. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you almost had it. If you're trying to do something a little illegal, you gotta stay consistent with said lie.
Yeah.
This is a classic case. You fumbled the bag. That's really what it was. You fumbled the bag because you wanted to play in the reindeer games of throwing a whole ass tree. Listen, this was an L to the umpteenth power. My God. For a tree throwing competition? Come on.
I got you with the you big dummy. This is one of those things where it's like, ma'am, you gotta wait for your lawsuit to settle.
My God.
Before you do any of it. You could have been like, okay, you know what? I got hurt in 2017, so I know a lawsuit of this magnitude is probably not gonna be done for at least 4 or 5 years. So you could have been working on your tree throwing form in the house. But when you step outside, you're supposed to be in a cane. Excuse me. You're supposed to have like one of those weird neck braces or whatever. You're supposed to be like, because if you can't like pick up your kids, if you're having difficulties doing chores and things, like you can't be out here doing these things. I took a little deep dive when I read this story as well, Boogie, and it says that she was caught in the park for more than an hour, like playing with her dog. This lets me know they already had people watching you. They had those private eyes out there. Like, you know what? Let's see if she's really telling the truth. Because I mean, $800,000 is a lot of money for an insurance company to part with. They don't want to part with no money. Yep. So for them to be like, we gotta pay $800,000, they put one of them Scottish detectives with like the Sherlock Holmes hat with like the whatever them
huge
weird
long brims,
them hats. The dude had a pipe, and he was like, "Saddle up the horses, lassie. Let me go see where she's at." And that's what he was doing. It was a dude that talked like Sean Connery or whatever, and they was like, "Aha, there's a crime afoot," or whatever. And they found her in the park, and it's like, okay, lady, if you're gonna be in the park for an hour, you gotta have a cane. You gotta be looking at your feet. You have to be like, well, my dog has to go to the bathroom. You know, just I just want to know, you had to have known. And I feel like this is probably like one of those small towns in Ireland where it's like, tree throwing competition. People probably come from other cities or whatever to come to a tree throwing competition, because what else is there probably to do in small Irish towns? So you got to think that there's probably other people when they see you in a newspaper hurling a Christmas tree. And I'm not going to hold you. Her form is quite nice. I want to know how far she threw the tree. I'm interested to see what was
she looked like she was throwing shot put with a firm. You know,
it's just like you had to have known.
Well, sucks for you, buddy. Now you got to work. So
this got to be like winning the NBA championship in the States. It's like you are the champion at throwing trees. You don't think this is not going to spread all over Ireland? Yeah. Come on, do better.
Who you got for your niggas is tripping?
My y'all niggas is tripping is going to none other than Wendys. Dave Thomas would not appreciate this. I know a lot of y'all probably like, who the hell is Dave Thomas? For those of you who are old enough to remember the Wendys commercials, Dave was the owner. Dave was always, he had a smile, had those Coke bottle glasses and the apron on. He was making you them square burgers, putting them in the fries in the yellow boxes. The yellow boxes is when Wendys was top tier. It was so delicious. And it hurts my heart to think that a place like Wendys would want to come out with surging prices. Like, this is Uber. They were going to test out trying surge pricing between like their busiest hours. So normally a cheeseburger might cost you 99 cents or whatever. But oh no, during the rush hour for lunches and dinners, that cheeseburger might cost you $3. And it's just like, what the hell is wrong with y'all? Like, y'all were losing y'all minds when y'all got rid of the fo. But then y'all want to come out here and be like, we're going to try surge pricing. Needless to say, Wendys was met with a whole lot of backlash. Surprise, surprise. I was like, what did you think was going to happen? They decided that they were not going to move forward with the surge pricing. They got hit hard with accusations of price gouging. Pennsylvania Senator Bob Casey, who's a Democrat, accused Wendys of corporate greed. Massachusetts Democrat Senator Elizabeth Warren added it's price gouging, plain and simple. Burger King even threw out a couple of tweets. The only thing surging at BK is the fire. We don't believe in charging people more when they're hungry. Free Whopper or Impossible Whopper with a $3 plus purchase in the BK app through Friday as a part of U.S. terms. Why not, BK? Run it up. And normally Wendys is known for talking spicy on their social media, and it's like, you can't say nothing, man. You can't say nothing. This, honestly, Wendys to me was the one where I don't eat a lot of fast food. It's been a minute since I've had some, but if I do, I'll go to Wendys because it's still somewhat kind of fresh there. But it's like, man, F y'all, man. I don't ever have to go back to Wendys ever again, because it's like, why would you think to do? They're about as bad as the CEO of Kellogg's, who was like, you should eat cereal for dinner. Like, this is a good idea. And it's like, bro, poor people, college students, people who just might not want to think what you're going to eat. They've been eating cereal for dinner for centuries. This is not a new concept, okay?
Yeah, we're definitely boycotting Kellogg's, despite... I gotta be honest, it's gonna be hard, because if you look at everything that Kellogg's be making,
it's all the good stuff.
But I'm okay with boycotting them. But
you gotta switch to Post.
You gotta switch to Post or Melville, whatever the Aldi brand is.
Cereal in the bag.
Yeah. Switch it up. Listen, I don't eat Wendys. I don't remember the last time I had Wendys. Wendys, I'm glad that you learned from this mistake.
Came to your senses.
Yeah, because this would have been an L, man, for sure. So it is what it is. I see greed is really, really hitting everybody in every angle right now. So
Here's what Wendy's should do. And there should be surge pricing. All restaurants should do this. It should be surge pricing, but it should start at like, okay, at the top of the breakfast, lunch, rush, whatever, it's 25-cent burgers, 50-cent cheeseburgers, or whatever. You should do it that way because your lines are going to be packed out every hour. Okay, 75 cents, $1, and it tops out at whatever the highest amount would be, like $3 is the max, whatever the max is, what is normally priced out for a cheeseburger. That's what it should be. It should be that. I feel like that's the marketing. If you're going to surge it that way, surge it to where price starts low and then it goes up and it's capped. You missed it. Come back tomorrow for the surge. But don't gouge people during rush hour times. Like, honestly, Uber shouldn't even do that either. If we're being realistic, none of them should be doing that.
But capitalism.
Y'all niggas tripping. Let's get to this final ad. We'll be right back for the final topic.
Yep.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? A lot of y'all hit me up like, Nate, you super chill. You super laid back all the time. Brother, you gotta be on something. Well, y'all are right. I'm off them chummies edibles, and y'all know me. Y'all know I'm a smoker. I don't really mess with the eddies like that because let's be real, a lot of them are hit or miss. There's either no juice or you're feeling like a zombie. The good folks over there at Chummies, well, they out here trying to change the edible game. And I got to tell you, they got some phenomenal products. They sent me over some of their traditional edibles, and man, them things are hitting. But they don't only got edibles. They got juice. They got your gummies. They got your chocolate bars. Whatever you like, they got it. Y'all, do me a favor. Go over to their Instagram page. It's Chummies_edibles. And get yourself some good stuff. And when you're out there, filling up your cart, make sure you use that promo code 21Chummy. That's right. They rocking with the podcast. And because they rocking with us, they rocking with y'all. So they're going to take care of y'all by giving y'all 10% off of your first order. So again, use that promo code 21Chummy to get 10% off your edibles. All right, y'all, let's get back to the podcast.
It's the final topic. It's the final topic.
For the final topic, Arod said, "Me no black."
Oh God!
You knew it was coming. Me no black. He says, "I am a Dominican. I fell asleep in the sun. Calm down." I mean, it's the internet, Arod. You know what people are gonna do. You knew when you popped out that you should have had a better story than "I fell asleep in the sun." What says you, Boogie, to his appearance? Mind you, for those of you who are listening, there's a photo up of Arod 2020 where he is quite bright. And then there's a picture of him recently where, it looks like, as he claims, he fell asleep in the sun.
I know Black Alex Rodriguez. It's the quintessential Dominican moniker, if you will. Some Dominicans, because I will say I know a couple Dominicans, right? I do know a couple Dominicans that really lean into their Afro-Latino, Afro-Caribbean nature. If you look at the history, guess what? Black people were enslaved in those islands, and from the Spaniards. That's why you're speaking said language or French for Haitians and whatnot. Like, come on now. It's
just dropped off in different locations.
That's really what it is. It's a very easy history lesson if you just take the time to actually pay attention. But because we are so brainwashed over the years, because it all stems from slavery, we get this type of mindset. This is exactly what it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think this is why, J-Lo was like, nah, we good on this end. You know what I'm saying? Just, I feel like that's just what it was, because, once you start to get, especially men, I feel like men that are successful and they get a little older, you know, they feel like they're invincible. They are untouchable.
Okay, thought you was gonna go a different route, but okay.
No, they feel like they're invincible and untouchable, and they can do and say what they please. But
oh, you can, but the internet will shame you.
Oh yeah, and the video I saw, the little clip that I saw, he was just like, "Hey guys, I know everybody's been talking, but I am Dominican. I'm not black. I'm not a Negro. No Negro here. I know black. I Dominican." You know, it's funny, but it's also sad that we still going through this. So
it's one of those things where, okay, look, maybe he did fall asleep. My thing is, how long would you sleep for, bro? Because this seems like this is not just I was out in the sun for like an hour, 2 hours. You was baking, bro. You look like a full-on baked potato, a sweet potato at that. So it's like
it looked like he did a reverse Sosa,
a reverse Sammy, like for real. Like what in the Sammy Sosa is going on here? Because that's what it is. This is one of those things where it's like, because that picture of 2020, it kind of looks like your people forgot to come over before you had to go out, and it was like, oh, we forgot to dye. You know, we forgot the lightning cream, you know, so it's like, you just gonna have to go to the game like this, my guy. It's just like, bro. And they were at a Minnesota game because he's like owner of the Timberwolves or whatever, part owner of that ownership group. So it's like, dude, you would have had to have been, if you're in Minnesota, it's winter. If you're even in, so it's like you clearly just flew in. So what I'm saying is, you were in some type of a warm weather climate. That's for certain. If this is what you're telling me, you didn't fall asleep. I'm not buying it. I'm just not buying it. I'm sorry. I'm just not buying it. I'm just not buying it.
I also like
something's going on here.
Yeah, I also feel like this is not a conversation for me. I feel like there's a lot of Latinx, Afro Latinos that's been, you know, debating and battling this fight, you know, this controversy for a long time. And you know, as a, you know, fully blown African American, you know, African American. I'm a accent.
I'm a Negro. I'm a nigga. I'm a Afro American. I'm bliggity black.
You know, listen, the diaspora comes in many forms, but people don't want to believe or lean into it. So apparently this is a conspiracy theory when we talk about it left and right. So if you don't want to be a part of it, don't be a part of it. But you know, history will tell you.
It's very true.
You are a nigga.
I'm just like, okay, I will buy his story of like, okay, yes, you fell asleep in the sun for like 4 or 5 days. You went out repeatedly and fell asleep in the sun. I will buy that. But also though, okay, bro, you fell asleep in the sun, right? The back of his neck, if you look, it's so everything is perfect, dog. So did you fall asleep? And it was like, okay, let me turn over. Let me make sure. It's like, dude, like I'm sorry, I'm not believing it.
It's looking too even. That's what you're saying.
That's
it's looking too even.
It's looking like you forgot to put the debronzer on. You know, like let me
That's
take.
That's what it was. He forgot to
exfoliate.
That's what it was. He forgot to exfoliate. It looked like he definitely got a nice. He was like, I need my color back, but or I need my color back.
He was like, for these business deals,
right.
it's white, it's beige, Alex. But now that I own the team, it's me no black, Alex.
Yeah.
Look, I'm going through some of the comments. He said, I know black. I'm Dominican. He said, stop right here. I am no nigga. I'd rather him looking like a tan man than bleaching his skin. Black is beautiful. Tan is beautiful. He is, some of these Translation: Calm down, my people. I don't really want to be this dark. Don't be afraid, though. I'll return to my lighter complexion soon. Yo, like the ignorance in these comments must be stopped. He stopped bleaching his skin. That's what I'm saying. He forgot the dye. He forgot the bleach. And this is what you truly look like.
Yeah.
And it's like, now you have to come to grips with it because the rest of the world has not seen you like this. And, you know, it's just whatever insecurities you have or whatever when it comes to your skin color, get the help that you need. I can't speak on it from being Afro Latina, but I can speak on it from being a darker black man, and I get it. I've heard literally every bliggity black, you blue black, you purple, you the kettle calling the kettle black. I've heard them all. Okay.
Right.
I have heard them all. And yes, they hurt, they sting, but eventually you begin to love yourself.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter. In most cases, I've found that a lot of us are loving ourselves that much more where we wish we were darker. I've seen
That's
brothers
me.
where it's like, I wish I was an octoroon. Like,
yeah, I definitely wished I was darker. Me being medium black, because in the wintertime, people be like, "Hey, Redbone," I'd be like, "Whoa,
oh yeah,
whoa."
There's levels to it. It's like that's an insult for brown skinned people. It's like, whoa, I ain't light skinned. It's like
I am not light skinned. I am brown.
I am proud to be a brown skinned woman. It's like, I can't wait for the sun to get here.
Not me trying to prove my blackness. Whoa.
I am black. But it's just like you know, you hear about it because you hear the Afro Latinos talking, and it's like colorism is very big in Mexican culture or Latino culture and everything like that. It's so big in Latino countries.
Not you just saying Mexican. Just
right. That's why I corrected myself. I was like Latin countries. I don't want to just say Mexico.
One cloak, just my God.
The Mexicans. No, in all of Latin culture, there's issues of colorism. So it's like, yo, Arod, get that fixed, my guy. Also, bro, you got millions of dollars. I don't give a fuck how black y'all niggas think I am. I was like, you know what I got more of than y'all? Green. That's the only color that fucking matters. I would not care, bro. Like, cut it out, man. Stop being insecure. You know, black. Oh man. Well, we've come to the end of episode 135. Before we get up out of here, it's time for a fact. I know some of y'all are like, damn, Nate, it might be high. And I might be. It might be why I missed the tipping on the hat earlier. But shout out to my great producer extraordinaire here, co-host who keeps his brother on track.
I do what I can.
Women's History Month. You know, let this be a record here that on this day, Women's History Month, Boogie kept Nate on track. So here is the fact. Animal fact here. Meows are not innate cat language. Did you know they develop them to communicate with us? While cats can make more than 100 different sounds, dogs can only make 10. Also, the average dog is about as smart as a 2-year-old child. So
yeah, I could have told you that.
So that explains so much as to, well, damn, cats, y'all really are smart. And also, if cats created meowing just for us, how dumb are we? Cats are
talking to themselves like, these things don't know nothing. All right, well, we gotta say something, right? What should we say? Meow.
Cats really be out here solving algebraic equations and stuff, and then when it comes to us, it's like meow, meow, meow,
right?
Meow, so,
meow, meow, meow. This nigga right here.
These niggas are stupid,
right? That's why man's best friend is
a dog.
Is popular, right? Because cats like, we too smart for this. Like we can go on by ourselves. Just lay out our litter box and some food here and there. We're good.
They literally can, because it's like, you know, people are like, oh, it's a lost cat. It's like, no, cats don't get lost. that cat decided that it didn't want to be around you anymore. It was smart enough to be like, these other people out here will feed me if I just meow, meow, meow. So that's what happened. And it's like the fattest cats are like, that cat's lost. You see how fat that cat is? That cat's been out here surviving. That cat knows what he's doing. Dogs, on the other hand, but you've been out here for a long time. Your ribs is showing.
I need somebody. Right.
Because the dogs be looking so sad. The cats, however, when they rescue the cats, they just kind of like, I appreciate this flea bath, but now set me free. The dogs, on the other hand, is like, I'm staying with you forever. It's just, damn, y'all smart as 2-year-olds. It really makes you wonder why someone like you got a dumb dog, and it's like it makes sense. But you know, that is the fact. I know you guys are probably waiting for something that was more thought provoking, but sometimes you gotta hit you with the animal facts. Like, subscribe on all your podcast platforms. We appreciate you. Shout out to the day ones. Also, TikTok. We told y'all before, Nate does not like the TikTok. However, the talks have been running up. So we appreciate all y'all who are just liking the content, liking the videos, liking the silly pics of the do-rag Don and all my posts. So keep running it up. SoundCloud, y'all doing your thing. Boogie, what you got for the peeps?
As always, don't forget to smash that bell on the YouTube so you can get our content as soon as it drops. Tell a friend to tell a friend that this is your favorite podcast and they should be listening to it as well.
Got nothing else for y'all. Find out what do-rag I put on next week, because again, it's Bald and Wavy on 2024. Might have a new background. Yeah. I'm your boy Nate Galloway.
I'm Adrian Brainberg.
And this is Late Night. We up out of here.
Bye, y'all.